This is the current state of Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is experiencing the worst street protest the country has ever seen since gaining independence 3 decades ago. But why? Let's decode it for you. Why are the people protesting in Kazakhstan? A sudden spike in the price of car fuel or LPG is what triggered these protests at the start of the year. It happened because the government lifted price caps for LPG, which eventually doubled the fuel prices. The protest began in the oil city of Zhanaozen, after which the protests grew across the country and became a giant movement. Tens of thousands of people surged onto the streets across a dozen cities and towns. The protesters demanded the resignation of the government and the lowering of the LPG prices. The protesters have argued that the jump in prices would cause a steep increase in food prices and deepen the income inequality that has plagued the nation for decades. What is the root cause of all this? After the dissolution of the Soviet Union, among others, Kazakhstan is by far the largest and the wealthiest of Soviet nations. It is rich in colossal reserves of oil, natural gas, uranium, and precious metals. Despite being rich in minerals and other resources, financial hardship is widespread in the country. The average monthly income salary is just under $600. The banking system has fallen prey to deep crises precipitated by NPLs or non-performing loans, and petty corruption is also rampant across the nation. Initially sparked by anger at the fuel price hike, the protests have quickly spread to take in wider opposition to President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev's predecessor, Nursultan Nazarbayev. In the recent elections, Nursultan was replaced by Tokayev, but he still retains significant power despite quitting in 2019 after a nearly 3-decade rule. Will the government topple? This is uncharted territory for Kazakhstan. The country has seen major demonstrations before, in 2016 after the passage of contentious land law, and again in 2019 after the contentious elections that secured Tokayev's hold on power. But it has never seen anything on such a large scale. In one of his appeals to the public, Tokayev pledged to pursue reforms and hinted that political liberalization might be possible. His remarks suggested he would instead go down a more repressive road. Still, because the street protests are so lacking in focus, at least for now, it's difficult to see how they might end. Even if they fail to topple the government, it looks possible they might lead to deep transformation. What is not clear is what that might mean. For more such information, keep watching this space.